Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall with Simpler Trading doing the nightly market update for Wednesday, December the 13th. Happy Wednesday, happy PPI day, and more importantly, happy Fed day. As you can see here, I've got the ES right here. I've got the Russell, I've got the NASDAQ, I've got the ticks, and everything is pointing higher, 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 even the ticks most of the time. Look at that, 1,500, plus 1,500 on the ticks, almost 1,600 on the ticks. Crazy, 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 crazy. And if you are trading this, you know what I mean. So this was going into the Fed, and then boom, it was nothing but net straight up from there with, I mean, not even a tap on the brake until we got to, this is ES 4764. We closed at 4,700 yesterday, kind of right on the money, and today, of course, up 60 whatever points, 64 points, 64.75. Crazy move. I mean, this was crazy on top of what we've gotten lately. If you have been listening to any of the videos that I've done, I've been trying to position us and you for higher, higher, higher into the end of the year. For the last several months, I've been saying buy this, buy this, buy this. And I'm not tooting my own horn. If you're in the bias room with me at Simpler, where we've had 4,700 trade on for 2 months now, probably, in anticipation of this, and it's a slow moving thing that we're trying to take advantage of with the Fed. We know rate hikes. If you think about this from a bigger picture standpoint, here's our inflation curve. Inflation is going up and up and up and up and up, and it's already peaked out. It's coming back down. As inflation comes back down, of course, the Fed is hiking rates, hiking rates, hiking rates, and then over here they start cutting rates. Well, that's what the market's been waiting on, and we're almost there. It's not rocket science, and I'm not the smartest guy in the room or anything like that. We've been laying out this strategy for months and months now, and everybody else is. It's no surprise. But I have been very tempted to kind of short, or maybe not short, but fade this move because it's been so much. So much of a move off these lows that we've had. Let me show you this. Let me switch this over and go to a longer term time frame here. So, I mean, again, crazy move. This is ES, and off the low down here, I mean, but that's basically 4,100, and now we're at basically 4,800, 4,764. In a very short period of time. So this is 1 month, and that's 2 months, right? So that's a long, 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 long way in a very, very short period of time. Makes me nervous, makes me think, I want to fade this. And we talked about this in last week's video, actually, about we have been expecting, you see here, you come up to these upper Darvas boxes, and then you pull back into the mean, back into the mean, back into the mean, back into the mean. That's just the way it works, right? Back into the mean. We didn't here, and I thought we had a chance to pull back before a run higher into the end of the year. We didn't even get the pull back. We just skipped that part and went straight up. You see that gap right there? That's a rollover. The ES is ES futures, and the futures had a rollover, but it's still the same. Essentially, it's the same thing. So higher, higher, higher. And what caused that is, and again, I'm not saying anything that pretty much everyone out there is also saying. But the Fed was looking for a target rate of 5.25 to 5.5 or so on. Here, I'm trying to pull this up. So Fed was looking at 5.25 to 5.5 was their target rate. Say 5.25, and they said that next year they were looking at a target rate of like 4.5, which means that's 75 basis points lower, which means, guess what? That's a rate cut. Guess what happens when the Fed cuts the rates? Market goes higher, right? So good for the market overall, good for the bulls, all that kind of stuff, right? Now don't get, if you're not positioned for this now, don't run in out, run in and or run out and try to buy this thing now, because it's way overdone on the upside here. We all know it. We all want to short it, but we're all afraid to short it because of what happened today. And again, with the Fed saying the target rate is going to be lower, again, that's literally implying rate cuts next year. And think about this: the Fed, when they're talking about what they're going to do, they are talking about data point, month to month, CPI to CPI, and PPI to PPI, and payrolls, and all the stuff that they look at, right? The market is looking 9 months out, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months out, much longer term. So they're thinking, yay, we're going to get rate cuts next year in 2024, so we're going to rally. Again, we have been waiting on, today's the big day. We've been waiting on this since last month for the, for CPI, PPI, and Fed. But also, when you look at this, and it's even more obvious, look at the diamonds. The diamonds, which is the Dow, hit an all-time high today. So think about this. Do you want to buy it right here? I don't. I'd rather buy it down here, somewhere. But are we going to get there? Maybe somewhere in between. But again, this is all good news for the bulls, but look at this gap. I mean, we're very, very extended up here. So is this going to keep going? Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. So don't fall into the FOMO trap and say, oh man, I missed this, I'm going to have to buy it now. Well, don't buy it now, because you'll probably get a chance to buy it later at cheaper prices. And so what I would say is, into the end of the year, we've got 2 more weeks, 2.5 weeks to go into the end of the year. Possibly we get a little bit of a pullback. And then, we have Santa rally is the last week of the year right here. Maybe we pull back for a day or two and then we rally higher. I'm not going to fade this. I don't have anything short on. Everything I have on is long. And it's just, it's been great. But again, this has been a long time coming. I mean, I've been positioned long since, I don't know, back here. And now I'm getting nervous. I actually took some off up here. I had a couple of pretty big profits in some trades, and I took them off today. And it may keep going. That's fine. It can go without me. So again, I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. I am still bullish. I still think this thing goes higher. It's just even more caution now after this kind of move that we pull back to then, keep on going. And I'm talking about first quarter. This is 1 month, 2 month, that kind of thing. There's the end of the year. That little light blue line right there. So you are either positioned for this or not. What will be also a big thing is tonight, when all of the world markets see what went on, and all this information that we got today from the Fed is digested, and new opinions come out tomorrow and over the next couple of days and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we pull back, maybe we keep going. I don't expect the gusto of the move that we had today to continue. But again, the trend is your friend, as they say, so you don't want to be on the other side of this. So I wouldn't short it. Also, I wouldn't try to buy it here. I would sit on my hands until after the end of the year, and see what we get into January. So again, high five to everybody that's been positioned into this. If you listen to the videos that I did for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, you've been positioned on the right side at least. And again, I'm not the only one saying this. This is, this is kind of I'm swimming downstream with the river. I'm not trying to fight the river here at this point. And that's all, that's all I'm saying. But for now, the trend is still higher. Just be careful. There's a lot of FOMO out there. We've got year-end tax selling. We've got year-end Santa rally. Which way we're going to go. Then we got earnings coming up in first quarter next year and all that kind of stuff. So tread lightly at this point. So I hope that helps. Hope it makes sense of the crazy market that we're having, and just try to be very careful here. If you are not, or if you're trying to get into the market, just be careful and be very selective. There will be some better opportunities, I think, coming up in the next several weeks, probably. So be careful. So thanks for the time, guys. I appreciate it. If I can help you, come see us at Simpler Trading. I am in the bias room every day of the week. I'm in the main room 3 times a week. We're here to help. So let us know if we can help. Thanks for the time, guys. I appreciate it. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me